Hello, fellow lovers of beauty. For 2021, I am retackling the organization of my master bath. Each year, I start a list of projects that I'd like to tackle within my home, and I budget for those projects. I started with my master bath reorganization in 2019, and this is what it looked like. Within that budget, I purchased this contact paper from the Dollar Tree. I also purchased these wicker items from Walmart. Staying within that budget, those were the items that I purchased. Those were the items that I used for my organization in 2019. And I will link that video to share with you guys. For 2021, to start back out with my reorganization desires, staying within my budget, I will take those very same items that I used in 2019 and incorporate them into the reorganization of my master bath for 2021. So, getting started, I did remove all contact paper from 2019 in order to get a clean slate for the reorganization start. I desire to continue with contact paper. I think it's a beautiful way to add beauty to any space. I found this beautiful pink contact paper, marble contact paper at Amazon, and it was in line with my color choice for my bedroom or my master bath at this point, and it's absolutely fit in perfectly. As with any contact paper, it did have a scaled grid at the back to make for easier cutting and accurate cutting of the paper. These are the end results of the application of that beautiful marble pink contact paper, and guys, I am absolutely in love. I did decide to go ahead and add contact paper to the back wall of one of the shelving spaces. I thought it would be a beautiful accent to open the linen closet and see that. So yes, I think that turned out absolutely beautiful. I just fell in love with this paper, guys, so I wanted to use it as much as possible. Because I can see under those shelves, I decided to go ahead and cover the bottom portion of the shelving as well. I chose to do that with only like the two of the shelvings because those are the two where people would be able to see. The middle shelf I tend to use for placing placing things that I use every day. And those earrings, for instance, I wear the same pair of pearl earrings to work almost every day. So I keep them right there at this jewelry mirrored storage area. The things that are essential to my everyday needs, I keep there as well. My bath lotions, my bath oils, my body lotions, vitamins, things like that. My normal everyday things that I will use, I chose to organize right there at that shelf to ensure accessibility to me. And I even got rid of some of the towels that I had because they were just unnecessary. I had quite a few towels and they were just unnecessary. It just added to the clutter of the space. So I just kind of doled it down to the bare minimum of what would be necessary for my space, and it added again to the organization, and I absolutely loved how everything turned out. I loved the pink flow throughout the space. I did add 3 command strips to the door in order for me to have the ability to store my bathrobes as well in that space. In the reorganization of my drawer, I only have one in my master bath. I'm not a big makeup user, but I do tend to use it. And at this drawer and in this space, I tend to also keep things that are essential to my everyday use. So as you could tell, I had several makeup pieces or items and things stored throughout that drawer, just lying in there on a brown towel. I chose to purchase an dish utensil organizer to place in the drawer because I wanted something that would cover the expanse of the drawer but still fit in the drawer, and also still provide me with spacing for the items in a more organized fashion. I did paint the utensil drawer because my makeup, I did not want makeup to discolor the organizer, so I painted it brown or a darker brown and placed it in the drawer. And it provided storage for my contacts, our toothbrushes, my little makeup items, and it's a godsend. It's just been perfect. For the organization of my under cabinet space, I had started painting it and I realized I hadn't videoed it, so I was like, let me take this part real quick. These cabinets are builder grade and they were oak when we bought our home. That dripping of the stain, that's me. I stained these cabinets years ago, and I've always planned to tackle, correcting the stain or whatever. Never got around to it. So as part of my organization this year, did get around to it. And I was going to put contact paper throughout under the cabinet, but it wasn't reasonable to do that, to stay within my budget, because I think I only bought like 2 rolls. But I do like the fact that I did only place it at the very bottom of the shelf, because it just adds to the beauty to me. I think it's absolutely beautiful and it's more concise to me. I like the fact that the walls of the cabinetry are painted white. I just think it's really beautiful. As I mentioned, as part of staying in budget, I will reuse the same items that I purchased the years before. So from 2019, these are the exact same wicker baskets that I used. I simply spray painted them white, softly spray painted them white. And I did the same thing with the other wicker baskets or hampers that you saw in the linen closet. These are also some items that I had purchased from 2019 to use for storage, for organization. They were brown as well. I painted them white again to coordinate with the color scheme for 2021. And these things are absolutely awesome. When I bought these in 2019, they were like $13. Now, if you go back and try to purchase more, they're like $30. And I understand why, because they are awesome. For the organization or the restoring of products that I had, I made it a point to go through all of my items and separate them medicinally, essentials, and beauty products. So those are the 3 categories that I came up with for keeping things, and anything else that did not fit or things that I had that were literally depleted but still kept the container. I got rid of all of that stuff as well. So the medicinal and the beauty products fit perfect in those 2 baskets. The essentials, I ended up using 2 smaller wicker baskets that I had from 2019 and for my essentials, and it turned out perfect. It fit perfect in there as well. And I went back and even added me a flower to give me a touch of girly feel in there and add some extra beauty to it. So I absolutely loved how everything turned out. I'm super happy. I feel super organized in that space. So that was a bonus for me. The other cabinet, the second cabinet that I have in my master bath, it was always used as a storage space for cleaning products. So I kept with that because it alleviates me having to run downstairs to grab these same products so I can keep them right in the space. And I simply decided to store them in this basket that I purchased years ago from Dollar Tree. So the cleaning items, the utensils, are in that little container in the back, and the cleaning products I simply stored in this basket from the Dollar Tree. This is our family or household first aid kit, and I decided to store it here as well, and a roll of paper towel that I also use for cleaning. I decided to store it in this space as well. And that's it. Anything else that was under there, I got rid of. I simply threw it out. And a lot of it I had for years, simply had not bothered to take account for whether or not it was being used. And once I did and discerned that it was not being used, I did go ahead and get rid of it. So overall, guys, that is it. I am super happy with the space, with the color, with the organization. It has made existing in this space so much easier. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you've gotten some inspiration. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And as always, continued blessings to you all. Bye-bye, guys.